Deftones, Smile, Standard Tuning, Simplified Chords Method, Guitar Tabs, and Guitar Lesson. I'll play through all the different sections right at the beginning. After that, I'll go back through, give the full explanation. Before we get into it, please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of letting me know you like this video and you want to see more Deftones stuff in this style. And now, let's get into it. Alright, just to repeat, this is a standard tuning, simplified chords interpreted method here. Alright, and it's mostly like some lead stuff, higher lead stuff, so it's not a huge deal that we're kind of in standard with that. Most of the chords work pretty well in standard also. So just to start for this intro for the lead guitar, the first guitar, it's doing this bit where we're at the 8th fret of the B, and we're just kind of picking on that, almost accenting like every third, but just carrying that out, you know, a handful of times, just about like that. And then we drop down, hit a couple of 6s on the E, then to 8 on the E. And we just repeat that throughout the intro and most of the verse there. The second guitar, more just chords, cleaner chords in the verse in the intro here. Just starting with a basic G minor works just fine. And about a measure's worth of that, just kind of a loose shuffling strum. Right, and then we just drop down to a C minor. All right, so 3 on the A with the 5, D and G, 4, B, 3 on the high E. Same type of strum feel there. All right, and we just go between the G minor to C minor like that a few times. And the final run through, we kind of add a couple of notes for each chord. The G minor, same deal, just barring the 3s with the 5 on the A and D. And we strum that out for about, half as much as we usually do, and then we'll take that 5 on the D and just drop it down, make it a 5 on the high E. You can kind of just mute the D, you know, or you can, you know, bar it with your ring finger, whichever you prefer. But, you know, it just kind of adds this add 9 thing to it now. Right. And then kind of the same deal with the C. We'll bump it up to this voicing here just to make it a little more simplified here. And we need that higher note as well. So just bump it up, you know, take that same bar chord shape, take it all the way up to the 8th fret, add the 10 on the A and D there. And same deal there, it's a C minor. Just shuffle it about half the measure. And then do the same trick there, where we just take the 10 off of the pinky D string there, and just make it a 10 on the high E. All right, into the heavier pre-chorus section. The lead guitar here, first guitar, kind of that same area. We're just doing 8 on the high E, hit it, give it a little vibrato, hold it for a moment, and then we come on up and we do 8 on the B, and then we drop back down, go 6, 8, 6. Land right back on the 8 of the B. Then we'll do a 8B, 6E. Hit it once more, give it some vibrato on the 6. And then do that same kind of ending with the 8B, 6, 8, 6E, back to the 8B. The second guitar, the chord guitar here, for the pre-chorus, switches to this E flat major 7 going on here. And we'll even throw in an extra little low bass note with it here. Basically just do the 1 on the A and D, and then just add a 3 on the G and the B, and you can even add the 1 on the high E there. And it's same kind of just shuffling strum here, but we have, you know, a lot more gain on it, overdriven. All right, and from there we switch it to a G suspended second, and you could do it a couple ways. I'd say it'd probably be easier just to go more of an open chord shape style, where we do, you know, 3 on the E, kind of just mute the A, do an open D and a 2 on the G. You can even throw in like the 3 on the B if you want. Probably sounds fine. Okay, you could do it like that, or you could just do it this style if you can get your stretch on with the, you know, 3E, 5A, 7 on the D there. Up to you. And you just jam between those two chords like that a couple times. Go back to the E flat major 7 again. And you can do this right here, this trick where, you know, in the recording, he just comes up and just does this G octave at this point, which we can get here at the 10A, 12G, and just strum that out. You know, you can do that, or if, you know, you don't want to mess with that coming up high, you can just go right back to that G sus2. No big deal. But if you want to get a little closer to the recording, you could just do the G octave and then finish it the final time through by just doing the same E flat major 7 to G sus2. Lead section for the chorus. Same kind of area here. We go 8 to 10 on the B, and then we'll drop down and bounce between 10E to 10B and do that 4 times. All right, come off to the 8 on the B, go back to the 10, 10 to 8, and then 8 on the G. Of course, for the chords here, we'll do this little slide out from the E flat. Just do the octaves at the 6A, 8G. All right, and we're just kind of sliding down to the C minor. All right, and we give that you know, a count or two. Then we'll lift off, make it a C minor 7 by just making that 5 on the G a 3. Okay, we're kind of trying to incorporate, you know, the in the recording, he's not so much just like strumming chords here. He's kind of just doing like scales with octaves, and we'll try to incorporate that into this overall C minor vibe that's happening. So we do that by, like I say, like lifting off, getting more of that C minor 7 note there at the 3 on the G. All right, and then we want to get 13, C minor 13, so we need this A note, so we just basically take that pinky that we just lifted off of and make it a 5 on the high E, keep everything else the same. All right, and then basically we just land on a G minor and just ride that out. Now the chorus ending, the lead part here, a little bit more of an arpeggiated thing. Start at 7 on the G, kind of hold it a moment, and then we go 8 G, 8 B, 6 on the high E. Come on up, do 8 G, and then drop down 6 E, 8 B, 8 G. So we kind of work our way up, work our way back down. All right, go through that a few times and then end it by doing these dynamic hits as everyone else is doing. And it's just 7G, 8, 8B, 8G, 7G. For the chorus ending on the chords, all right, we just start with the E flat major 7. All right, we've seen that before, at the 1s with the 3s on the B and G there. And then from here, we just take it to a C suspended second, which is bump it up 2 frets and take those 5s that we had on the G and B, raise them up a set so that they're 5s, or sorry, the 3s that were on that, and now we make them 5s on the D and G. So we got 3A, 5D and G, get the 3s on the B and E. Okay, drop back down for the E flat major 7. All right, and now we have these dynamic power chord hits, which is just a C power chord. All right, so 3A, 5 on the D and G, add that extra 3 on the low E for the extra fatness here. And like I said, dynamic hits. Here we just do them 5. All right, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a special note: this is also what happens at the end of the second pre-chorus. They only do 4 hits there, and this also happens at the very end of the song, where I want to say they do maybe 6 or 7 hits. So the amount of hits kind of like change, but it's kind of the same deal, same feel, and same chord. So